What's up, everyone? Bruce Ever is here again with another video. And today, I'm doing the 7th episode of Become the Killer Comparison. Last episode, it was actually about one of the virus this time, which was Riot Runner. And the Recode version of Riot Runner won that round. Now we're on the 7th episode. We are doing a comparison of Jeff the Killer. That's right, Jeff the Killer. A famous creepypasta. So we're going to be comparing. Excuse me. We're going to be comparing Jet the Killer from Become the Killer main game to Recode. So let us start off with Jet the Killer and Recode. So to start things off, we are obviously going to talk about main game first. So let's look at Jet the Killer's stats and his two abilities. So, in main game, Jeff the Killer has 75 HP and 45 sprint speed. Now we got his two abilities. His first ability is his knife. It's spammable. It does less damage, but it's spammable, which means you can spam the attack whenever you want. And of course, Jeff will just swing his knife and such. And of course, we got a second ability called Jeff Laugh, which is it just makes Jeff the Killer laugh. Nothing too crazy. So that's pretty much it with, Jet the Killer, really. And at least in the main game. Now we're going to talk about Recode. Alright, so Recode. Let's talk about Recode. So, in Recode, let's go on about his stats and his ability. So in Recode, well, Jeff has 95 HP, and he has 44 sprint speed, if I'm correct on that. So 44 sprint speed and 95 HP. Now he got his one ability. Actually, he has one ability, and he has a passive ability. Yes, he has a passive ability. So, so his one ability is, well, his knife. Jess will swing his knife and deal, well, less damage. But it's like a short cooldown and such. Now we go on to Jeff the Killer's passive. Yes, Jeff the Killer has a passive ability where he is quiet. He is really quiet as fuck. And at first, it did say he was silent before, but I didn't really think it'll really be useful. Turns out you can actually play as Jeff the Killer like a stealth killer in Recode. Which, then again, you can play as stealthy as any killer really, but Jeff just does the best because he's just quiet. Like, you will not hear his footsteps at all. So even if players have really good headset and all that, they're not gonna hear Jeff coming because he's just fucking quiet as hell. Unless you're using his classic skin, like his survival skin. I think the skin's called survival. Unless you're using that one skin which completely nullifies his stealth entirely, because he's just constantly laughing and he glows red too. But if you're using his default skin and all that, then he's just completely quiet. But yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say about good old Jeff the Killer in Recode. Alright, now we're on to the stats. So, in the main game, Jeff the Killer only has 75 HP, but in Recode, he has 95. So, Recode wins that one. Now we got sprint speed. In main game, Jeff has 45 sprint speed, but in Recode, Jeff has 44 sprint speed. So the main game wins a point for that one. Now we got abilities. Honestly, both abilities are just as pretty much the same level of strength at this point. So these both tie in this occasion. Now we got models. Both models are they're really just the same models at this point, so the models are tied too. Now we got animations. Obviously, Recode has the better animations, so Recode wins a point. And then health generation. Health regeneration is, again, it's not that bad. Both versions aren't that bad, so yeah. And now we gotta take a look at let's just say there's an extra point that Rico gets. His passive ability. He is quiet as fuck. Main game doesn't have a passive ability, but in Recode, Jeff has a passive ability. Is that he is quiet as hell. Like he can really sneak up on you at any moment if a Jeff player knows how to play as him correctly in Recode. So yeah, we have a winner. We have a winner, and a winner is Recode wins. Yes. So Recode pretty much just won that round once again. Because yeah, not only does, in Recode, because it's simple. Jeff is just a lot better in Recode than how he is in the main game. Because here's the thing. He's stealthy. Like he's really stealthy. In main game version isn't really that stealthy because, well, you, of course, like, as long as you don't use the laugh ability, then you can be quiet. The problem is, well, Jeff has the red light. And any survivor players with a brain and who are competent, um, yeah, that red light ain't gonna really help your stealth capabilities in the main game. But in Recode, Jeff doesn't have the red lights at all. In fact, I don't think any of the killers do. Not only that, he's quiet, and you just don't hear him coming because his footsteps are just non-existent at this point. Um, I mean, then again, you don't even have to fucking sprint. You can like crouch somewhere, wait for a survivor to arrive, and then start killing them as Jeff. But yeah, Jeff is just, you know, just pretty much better in Recode, and he's got like better animation and such too. But yeah, and he's got more health and such. But yeah, Recode wins. I'm Boo Cyber Studios. I'll catch you all next time. Oh, and before I end, I want to make it clear that this is just only my personal opinion, and I'm just simply doing this for fun. I forgot to bring this up in the beginning of the video. Anyways, fellas, I'll see you guys next video.